Hello, this is James Brewster with jamesbrewster.com, and we're going to talk a little about how much time is TV really costing you. Now, got into this a little bit last night because I've been reading books and studying a little bit lately, and a couple of the gentlemen I follow, Darren Hardy and Grant Cardone, have both spoken about how much people can do if they were not watching as much TV. So I thought, let's take a look at that. I know I've heard things growing up like, oh, people watch too much TV. It's a time waster, but how much? And for the purposes of this, I did go to the Atlantic, a good website, and I visit them from time to time. They have some really in-depth articles. You may not agree with everything that they publish, but definitely worth checking them out. TheAtlantic.com. And this article is When Did TV Watching Peak? Now, it's probably later than you think, but yeah. So this chart, we're going to focus on this. TV viewership has been going up steadily since 1950, and peaked at about 2009, 2010, has been going down. And they're saying because of Facebook, phones, YouTube, Netflix, and so forth, but they're still saying that Americans are still watching more than 7 hours, 50 minutes per day per household. So that's still a lot of time. Even if you consider that's multiple people, that's still a lot of time. Now, I decided to go into, hey, what does that mean? What kind of time is that? So decided, hey, let's start comparing this to college. Now, you may be seeing that this is per household, but I know when I was back in the day when I was watching TV, I'd come home from work 5:30, 6 o'clock. From that time until midnight, sometimes later, if I was binge watching something, I would have the TV on while I fixed my food. The TV would be on while I was eating, and then I'd just sit there the rest of the night because I was vegetating. So for argument's sake, I'm going to say that it might be possible, especially once you work in the weekends, for the average person to watch 6, 7 hours or more. But we're going to take some assumptions just for fun. Now, one to compare that to studying, school, college, master's degrees. Now, some of you are going to be tempted to cut off this video in disgust, but whatever. I had the information I wanted, and my dad did attend here. So get over it. I'm just kidding. But 3 credit hours means 6 to 9 hours of study time per week. I will have these links down in the description so you can check them out as well. Here's another site, the Wedding Bee. How many hours per week do you study? And had a few good responses. This person said 2 to 3 times the time spent in class, 36 hours a week for another person. So again, we're going to go with the baseline that if you have 1 credit hours, you're going to be studying 2 to 3 hours per week. Now, also for argument's sake, master's degree, 36 credit hours. It could vary, but again, going to take some assumptions because I want to make it easy on me. And then went back and looked at my academic calendar for DeVry University in Keller. These are roughly 8-week sessions. So I made some assumptions, and we're not really going to go through this. We're going to go through this document. So again, the average American household watches TV for 7 hours, 50 minutes per day. And going to assume that this could be the average person in the United States as well. Maybe not quite as much. Again, I'm sure there's some room to discuss and debate that, but I'm just going to make some assumptions. So that amount of time equals 55 hours per week. That's a lot of time, 2.28 days, and you can see the rest here. This is what got me. Once you start getting to longer time periods, more than 1/3 of your year is spent watching TV. That's a lot of time. And then don't even talk about 5 years or 10 years. That's even more time. Again, 1/3 of your year potentially spent watching TV. Now let's compare that to a master's degree. We're going to assume 36 credit hours, 8-week term, 9 hours of study per credit hour. And as you can see, 108 days of study time. So here's where it got a little bit interesting. So if you take the amount of time, again, once you take this time and substitute it for the amount of time you would spend studying for a master's degree, 1 year of TV watching would equal 1.1 master's degrees. 5 years would equal 5.5 degrees, and 10 years of TV, 11 master's degrees. Now, again, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time wasted. And again, some of it could be entertainment. You may have a family outing, date night, whatever, but if all you're doing is sitting in front of the TV and watching it day in and day out, think of the amount of time that you're using up. Now, if you assume that you're a rock star and you only study 2 hours per week, per credit hour, 5 years of watching TV, over 8 master's degrees, and over 16 is what you could have obtained in a 10-year period. Now, that's not to say that you should spend all your time studying, but take a look at this amount of time. Now, even if it was only 4 or 5 or 6 hours per day, what could you be doing as far as studying, picking up that extra degree that you need to advance your career? Maybe you are studying something on the side in order to give you new skills and advance in life and be a better person. Maybe you could take that 4 to 8 hours per day and throw it into making your own side income, your side hustle, starting your own business. You can do a lot with 6 to 8 hours a day if you're trying to build a business. How much time are you using up by just sitting in front of the TV? What could you be doing with 7 hours and 50 minutes per day? What could your family be doing? Spending time together, learning stuff together, going on trips, again, building your own business, going after your dreams and your goals. What could you be doing with that time? So, just wanted to leave you with that. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, click the little bell on YouTube so that you can be notified when I upload more videos. I'm going to be doing content similar to this and also quite a few different things as well. So thank you very much for taking some time out. Hope you have a great day.